Do you want to build your own button box for American Truck Simulator or Euro Truck Simulator 2? Well, I'm hoping this video is gonna tell you kind of how to do that in a very cheap manner. These do all light up when I have it actually plugged in. These do anyway, and these two do. But this is mine, and now we're gonna start building Justin's, and we're gonna record that one. This is with the lights on. Okay. Step 1 into building your basic button box. You need a box. These are on Amazon. I'll have links in the description to most of everything I've used. This is basically just a plastic junction box, and we're going to put the buttons in the lid. And Justin's got kind of a map out of where he wants his buttons put. Next, you're going to need, is this open? Yep, it's open. This is the kit you buy. It's got, here, hold that. Don't cover the microphone with your fat fingers.
Again.
Yeah, again. Don't get my fucking horrible hair in the video either. Cause I gotta shave this shit tomorrow. This is the board you're gonna need. I'm gonna leave the link to it. Basically what it is, this is all buttons. You get 12 buttons, and then it sends you all of these. I think there might be 12. I got shorted on mine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They shorted you one. They shorted me too. But you might as well just go ahead and cut off all these ends because they're too small for any of the buttons that are going to be in my links or in this tutorial at all. This is actually for a joystick. I think people use these little boards to make arcade machines and shit like that, and that's what that would go to. You can buy a joystick to just plug and play for this, and then you get your USB cable to printer interface. So we got that, and then we've got some buttons. This isn't costing him anything because these are ones that I didn't want. All these little black buttons, I gave these to him too, but there'll still be a link in the description for them. These are single throw, and these are just momentaries. And then, so he went the opposite of me. He went blue instead of red. So then he's got, oh, there's hair in the box. Ew. And these should glow blue. Right now they look clear. It's already bent. That's great. Is that all that's in this box? Mm-hmm. Yep. And then there's 3 of these that will fit on there somehow. And then it goes, you get the point. Let's move on. Let's go drill some holes. Okay, this is the set of step drill bits that you're going to need to do this project. I got these at O'Reilly's. I honestly can't remember the price on them, but I will put a link in the description of something similar that you could order from maybe Amazon. And there's always that part number that you could Google, and it'll bring up things that are similar to this. Oh, duh. Another thing you're going to need, a drill. This is my d.i.y. I think it's like a 20 volt. Yeah, 20 volt. But, you know, your basic stuff will handle this. That's a little off center. That's warm. I don't feel like doing it now. The good thing about what we're doing right now is that all of this middle section has a plate that goes over it. And that kit that I'm going to leave a link to for the LED switches. So really, you could just cut all this out if you wanted to. You don't have to get precise holes is what I'm saying. Because if you notice, I drilled that pilot hole off center, so it's going to be to the side. But really, it won't matter because I can just wallow it out and come. Party. You're just gonna wallow the holes out a little bit. Until you switch to your bigger drill bit anyway. Which is what I'm gonna do. Now I'm gonna go ahead. Now we got our screws that came supplied with our mounting plate. And really all this could be done with a Dremel. If you wanted to just not use... Hey, check this out. You got it upside down. Oh wait, yeah, yours ain't like mine. Yours is on bottom, my bad. See, I'm making a fool of myself. But really, if you didn't want to use all the different tools I use, you could actually just get away with using a Dremel. Which I do have, and I did have to use some when I built mine. These screws seem longer than the ones in mine. And we have hit my table. And that's it with the switches fully assembled inside. Watch out for the screws on the back. You might want to dull those ends or cut them off some, but I'm not worried about that at the moment. Now we're going to move on to mapping our other buttons. Which buttons we're using next, Justin?
The other LEDs.
The other LEDs. Well, here's your bag. There you go. You go find those. And if I could go back, I probably wouldn't even put the red covers on mine. Because they do tend to get... Ooh, that one don't close all the way, does it? Oh, it's stuck. It's your half on. Okay. These are the next buttons that we're going to put in. And where they going? Right above it?
One centered in the offset. Two up here and then one.
Okay, I figured you would just... Okay.
Or lay up 1, 2, 3.
Okay, let's go. We're gonna go do that. Fun. So yeah, you just hold that real still right there, and we're just gonna go right in here. This is hard to do. Okay, maybe I shouldn't look at the camera and just pray it gets everything. Whee! There, let me turn the flash on the camera. There we go, that's a little better. We still good? Yeah. It slings the shit off. These boxes are made of really soft plastic. Yeah, the stuff don't even melt. Don't even have time to melt. Okay, now that was that bit. Now we got to step up to this one and go all the way to the bottom and then round it out some too. Because these switches we're putting in now are pretty big. Just go ahead and pop. Yeah, let's go ahead and pop your buttons in there. Okay, or I'll do it, whatever. This is all just a test fit, just mock up. Because we still got to wrap the box. Oh yeah, bud. That's probably not coming back out of there, just to let you know, bud. Oh, that one does not want to go. Oh, god dang, am I just that much of a weakling? Well, don't answer that. I'm gonna break the box. So yeah, I'm not taking the risk of breaking the box. We'll let Justin break the box. But really, they get the point. We gotta take them back out anyway.
Yeah.
So don't worry. Okay, now we're gonna drill some holes for the next set of buttons, which is momentary buttons. And that's what they are, made of metal, not plastic. At least I'm pretty sure. Okay, so we got our first row of little black buttons in. And now we will measure up and put in the last 3. Then we can start the wiring. Nice.
The fun part.
Okay, update. Since I kind of forgot that I was making a video for a second. We finished drilling the holes and we vinyl wrapped it in this kind of felt material black that I had from my Cricut machine. And now we're just putting the buttons in, and once we finish with that, we start wiring. And for these big bladed switches, you're going to need these. There's your part number. I got these from the auto parts store. They are a 1/4 female quick disconnects. And the reason you need those is because the wires that come with your kit here are super tiny. The ends are super tiny. They're not going to fit on the blades at all. Now, these will fit on here, but you have to close the gap in there with your crimpers. You have to close it just right enough to get them to slip on and lock on. These ends, you got to close them up. Now, this is your basic set of like wire tools. Actually, I call it the cheapest set. And what you're going to do is you're going to get it down in there. And you're going to squeeze it ever so slightly. This is for these momentary black switches we're using. Squeeze it ever so gently. And they should be able. Okay, I may have done that one a little too much. That's a bad example. My bad, bro. But that's what it should do. Clip right on there. I don't know why that ain't going. But you get the point. Now I just got to do the rest of these, and then we'll clue you in on the next step. And now for the rest of them, for the rest of our 6 switches here, we're going to need all these. And we might as well go ahead and chop all those ends off. Yeah, buddy. Because we got to replace all those with these, because they're big blades. And we'll do that, and then we'll continue on. Okay, we got all of our actual connections made to where these switches will actually work right now. These will too. These won't, for some reason. I don't think. Yeah, these wouldn't work without the LEDs being on. So now what we're going to do to make all the LEDs work, we're going to have to take 2 of these, and I'm going to have to leave the link to the extra bundle of these that you can buy, because they only sent 11 with his kit when it's supposed to be 12, but we're going to need more than that anyway, because we have to use them to run the 5-volt power from the board. So basically what we're going to do now is we're going to go on these 3 prongs here and these 3 copper ones, and we're going to run them all together. I am going to use a soldering iron. I'm going to solder a jumper wire from here to here to here, and then a wire from this end will go to the board, and the same thing here. We're going to solder from here to here to here, and then a wire will go to the board to the 5-volt rails. Okay, so I've got one jumper wire soldered on, and now we're going to make the other one. What we do is we take some solder, we melt it into the wire here, and on the other side we do the same thing to the prongs, and then you kind of just lay it down in there and let it sink in. You have to keep it hot, and the only problem with keeping it hot is you start melting the contacts on the inside. I'm hoping this LED here is still going to work. So okay, we're finally done with wiring, I hope. I've got my jumpers soldered. They're not the cleanest, but nobody's ever going to see them. To run the LEDs, you don't have to have another ground. So you can cut the ground wire off of this. And you got this end, hold this end, Justin, right here. And then on these, I had already put the soldering iron away. The only reason I had to solder this was because my butt connectors won't fit between here and here the way he wanted these put on the bottom for some reason. So we've got all 3 of the LED powers going into this little bundle right here, and it comes out to here. And once again, no ground wire. So he's going to hold those. And the thing is, these 2 little red plug-ins right here. Geez, this phone sucks. It won't focus for jack diddly shit. Yeah, well, best you can see of it. Don't buy Motorola phones. These are your 2 plug-ins for your 5-volt rails. And you don't need grounds for these, because they're already grounded when you plug in the buttons. Okay, next step is finding a place to mount this box. Or mount this circuit board in this box, my bad. All that wiring, I about honestly gave up. It's just being a lot more of a pain to build than mine was, because he wanted his big switches on the bottom. So now we're just going to find a place to mount these. I do recommend using like motherboard standoffs. I've got a little hardware kit here that I've had for ages. I wouldn't even know where to tell you to get a hardware kit like this. But you can probably just go on Amazon and look for motherboard standoff kit or something like that. Yeah, all the information's going off of it. But now I gotta go drill some more holes to put the standoffs, and then some screws. Okay, so we got the board mounted. The wires run. Now we are connecting the buttons and switches. Okay, we've got all the buttons, as you can see down in there, plugged in, and we're left with these 2 right here. These go to our LEDs. I'm actually gonna bring them up over that, and both of them are gonna plug in right here into the 5-volt rail. They don't need grounds because the buttons are already grounds. They already have all grounds. So now we're going to close this up and we're going to do some testing and pray for the best. This is what Justin's button box is going to look like. That is a lot more glittery than I thought it would be. And I think the rest of the box we're going to sand and paint flat black. Okay, so now we're here in Justin's home with his button box that we just put together. Got his game up, and now we're kind of going to demonstrate how it works. Now, he's going to go through. We don't have any sound right now because it's all in his headset, but you're going to see once he flips that first toggle, lights on the dash up there came on. Now you see the RPM gauge move. Now the truck's running, and then that is for the parking brake. Now everything's running, and you just close them all back, and then to shut down the truck you basically go in reverse order. That kills the truck, which you probably should have set your parking brake first, but whatever. Alright, now show us how the other buttons work there, Justin. Which ones are we doing now?
Left blinker.
Yeah, we see that blinking on the dash. Alright. Then we got flashers. Sweet.
Air horn.
That's the air horn, but we ain't got no sound. That's it.
it.
Yeah, we got that one set for attach and detach. That's the wee-woo lights.
Nothing yet.
Yeah, he's got some that that don't show anything. But a thing I need to drive home on some of the buttons we're using. Okay, he's got this button here set for his beacon lights, or wee-woo lights as we call them. Now once you flip that, yeah, they're on. But okay, you see the lights on. But once you flick it back to turn them off, they don't turn off. You actually have to flip it again to turn it off, because these are only one-way signal switches. But this is the cheap way to build one of these boxes.